Welcome to Believe in Falcons, presented by FanDuel. As always, I'm your host, Ovie Mughelli. I got my co-host, Michael the Burner Turner, and we're licking our wounds a little bit. We're not in the best place. 0-1 is never a way you want to start a season, but the great and beautiful thing is we have another game coming up against the Vikings. We're going over there to Minnesota, and we're playing in prime time, Mike. It's a big deal, and I think that if we're going to let people know who we really are, why not do it on prime time?
Oh, yeah, right. We're going to be the only show on Sunday night.
Yep.
So everybody's going to get a close look at the Falcons, the 2025 Falcons.
Brand new.
And can we bounce back from a tough loss last week, a disappointing loss that many Falcons fans felt that we should have won the game or had a chance to win the game. It should have been the overtime to see where the chips may lay. But we're here now. We can't cry over spilled milk. We're here now.
We can, but it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do any good. We could cry.
Yeah, but we on the road. We're gonna see what we got. Michael Penix, second game as the official starter versus JJ McCarthy as his second start. But he has practice in prime time. He had a big prime time game last week. Won NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week off that tough win last week against the Bears on prime time. So they got a little warm up on the prime time level.
Yep.
But I think we got something for him this week.
Oh, we definitely do. I mean, I think we think we got something for him, but unfortunately, FanDuel does not. I think Minnesota Vikings are a minus 184. You bet $184, win $100 on them. Everyone thinks they're going to win. The Falcons are underdogs at plus 154. You bet 100 to win 154. That's all right.
Is that with the points? Is that with the points or without the points?
That's with the points.
With the points. So 4.5 is the spread.
Yeah, absolutely.
4.5 is the spread. So yeah, on the road, you give us 4.5 points on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna win the game outright.
Of course.
But we expect it. I mean, it's gonna be a close, tough ball game. And I'll take our chances with the points. With the points, I'll take our chances with that.
Here's some of the reasons I think that we have a chance is because everyone's loving JJ McCarthy, but they forgot that JJ McCarthy didn't get good till the end of the season. I mean, till the end of the game. Right. Let me see. Like he did some things. 6-9 in the fourth quarter. He had big touchdown passes, scramble for a score. 101 of his 143 yards came, near the end of the game. But he got bailed out by pass interference call. And here's where I get excited. Before he got a hot streak, he was 7-11 for 42 yards and 2 interceptions. And a brutal pick six. That's the JJ McCarthy we want to bring out. That's the guy who I feel like we can really take full advantage of because he was not feeling comfortable and their pass rush was not great. And our pass rush, I think we have the ability to, we didn't get the sacks, but we had a lot of chances for hurries. In fact, we had everybody getting in on the hurry conversation. We had Divine Diablo, 4 pressures, James Pierce Jr., 4 pressures, Rook Ororo, 4 pressures. And so everybody's pressuring, but we didn't get home. We didn't get to the guy. But JJ McCarthy seems like somebody who you pressure him. That's enough to make him go 7-11 for 42 yards, 2 interceptions. I like those numbers when it comes to us and our Jesse Bates-led defense showing up and showing out against JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, but what the key is we got to stop the run at first and force JJ to throw the football. So we did great against the run last week. I don't think we mentioned that before.
Yeah,
and we had Tampa Bay throwing passes. Pretty much every down because we were stuffing the run. We was getting out the quarterback, getting some hurries, flushing Baker out the pocket, but we was losing contain. And he was getting out the pocket, still making errant throws, whatever. But we had to make those key stops when need be. You got to bring the guy down. It's all about getting home and bringing the guy down. But this is a talented offense, though, man. Justin Jefferson, man.
He's a
Hawkinson at tight end, Aaron Jones running back. They have some playmakers, man, and they was fortunate enough to move on to JJ McCarthy and away from Sam Darnold because they knew they had a roster around Sam Darnold that made Sam Darnold look good.
Yeah,
they trying to repeat that recipe with JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy's supposed to be better than Sam Darnold.
We'll see.
We'll see Sunday night.
Another thing I'm excited about, again, FanDuel, love you. You're wrong again. Well, the whole Vegas
Yes,
conglomerate
but
is wrong
yeah.
because I feel like we have a chance. I felt that way last time, but we really did have a chance. The secondary is a weakness for the Vikings. They are a nightmare up front. They will press and blitz and hurry, and they're crazy when it comes to what they can do with their front. But Jeff Okudah, he's the best they have. Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers, Theo Jackson, they were struggling against Caleb Williams. And Michael Penix is not Caleb Williams. He's much better. And I feel like the way that he threw the ball, his accuracy, if Caleb Williams gave those guys trouble, Michael Penix is going to give those guys a bunch of trouble. So I really feel like, yes, if our O-line can hold up, protect my boy Michael Penix, and they did a decent job, we can take advantage of a secondary that is below average, substandard, and one that's just waiting for something bad to happen. Or we're waiting for something bad to happen for them. But going back to the other side of their defense that I don't like, 30 pressures in week one. I was excited about our James Pierce and Devine having our pressures. They had 13 pressures in week one per Pro Football Focus. And that's not good for our group who, let's be honest, a couple of our O-linemen, especially the fact that we're missing Caleb McGarry, they struggled and they were not able to give Penix the full protection that I feel like he deserved. He did all right with what we gave him, but we need to really bow up because, like I mentioned, if they are able to get to the defenders, we can really do some damage.
Well, the key to that is, we got to be good on first and second down, and and get us in third and short situations. And the key to that is running the football well, man. We did not run the football well last week. It was very disappointing in the run game. That was a tough defensive front against the Falcons last week. It's been tough against the Tampa Bay front this last couple of years with Vita Vea.
Yes.
So this week we should be an easier front running the football.
Should be.
But got Brian Flores as defense coordinator. We don't know what he's going to dial up.
It's crazy.
And we don't know. We know what he learned from the film watching us and what he learned from that. But I think we have better backs than what the Chicago Bears had.
We do.
So I think it's time for our backs to show up in the run game and relieve that pressure off Penix to have to throw the ball all the time, especially in third and long. He can throw the ball, but not. We don't want to be 3rd and 7, 3rd and 15. No pre-snap penalties by the offensive line.
Yes, please.
We have to be productive. We have to be productive on first and second down. We get into third and short situations, keep the drives alive, and I think we have a better chance of being successful against this defense.
We do, and I just hope that our guys are healthy. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, they're both limited in practice with shoulder issues. And we saw without Darnell Mooney, we didn't have some of the explosiveness that we've had in previous games, previous years when Mooney's out there doing his thing. And there have been, I feel like there's always some Zach Robinson hate. There's been some already talk about our offensive coordinators not putting them in position to win. He's not running the plays. Everyone's criticizing, which it's very easy to do. That play on the goal line where Bijan ran sideways. And
that was terrible.
Yeah, it did not feel good. But then when you consider the fact that they ran straight at them and got stuffed a couple times, it would have been perfect if it worked out. And I saw some of Baldy's breakdowns, and he went through just how if those blocks were made, it would have been a great play. So that's what the average casual fan, especially one that doesn't have the all 22 or replay, they miss some of the things to where, you wonder, why do you run sideways if the goal line's right there?
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit misdirection. Same reason why you run a boot. Reason why you want some of these counters. It's because everybody thinks they're going to do something. You do something else. And if you execute it right, it'll work out. And these offensive linemen didn't execute some of the bigger blocks and the more important blocks. So give Zach Robinson some time. If there is something that he's not doing, we will get to it. But you can't say in one game that now he's the problem. I don't think everyone's comparing about everyone. That's Dirk Cutter. I don't think he's that guy.
Well, that's where we disagree because some of those calls. That's where some of those calls. Sometimes you gotta just line up and play football. Be a man and play football.
Be a man, Mike says.
And that's right. And that's where we, we miss a fullback here and there. You know what I'm saying? This shot,
Hey,
where's the 22 personnel these days when you're on the 1 yard line? Where is it at these days? It's non-existent. But besides goal line, my problem with Zach Robinson is we in the pistol. I hate the pistol formation.
Ooh, why?
I hate as much as we line. It's cool to sprinkle in every now and then, but I just hate it so much because as a running back, I don't like to run out of shotgun formation.
Do you really?
I like the, either dot that I, you know what I'm saying?
Dot that mother loving eye. You better do it.
Or let me line up 7 yards deep and have the quarterback under center so I can get the defense to flow in one direction and set up I think it's set up inside zones much better, outside zones much better when you have those steps. It's those steps in the backfield that gets the defense flowing.
Yeah.
And then you can make the cuts. It makes the O-line job easier to make those blocks. So I can't blame the offensive line. It's just the way that we call plays.
Yeah.
Change the trajectory of what we're going to do in the run game.
No, you're right. You're right. And that pistol, obviously I don't like getting no fullback in there, but I feel like the fact that Michael Penix not spending more time under the center is hurting him. One of the knocks, whether it's Zach Robinson's fault or not, you could clearly see there was a group of plays that were going to be run when Algier was in there, and you could see there's group plays that are going to run when Bijan's in there. And I get it that they have different skill sets, but you should not make it so obvious to where they're almost pointing out plays of what they're going to do when certain people are in there. I just feel like it gives the whole team a better chance to do what needs to be done in order to make Michael Penix a viable quarterback, which is to run the darn ball when they're in or under the center. When you can't dot the I because there's no fullback, when they have Penix under the center. So I really hope they establish the run in the big way, and I hope that we don't give up on the run. Like I get that we got stymied a couple of times, but we have to go back to it over and over again against this Minnesota team, because in prime time, one of the greatest ways to get a quarterback to relax, get the run game going. Get Bijan and Algier going. Let them know that it's not just, hey, you mentioned it, getting behind the sticks is going to be a bad thing. We want to get in front of the sticks and make sure we're on time. That's something I hope that we put a priority on. And
we're supposed to be play action team, right? So it affects the play action game. So if we're not getting good runs, they're not gonna we telegraph and everything. It's only so many times you can run a wham block type of a play. I was seeing that too much on Sunday. I was like, okay, we got a little bit once or twice, but sometimes you need to set up a real true inside zone, real true outside zone. Run a toss out the back, not from the shotgun. It's just different things that Zach Roberts can do and implement in his offense that I think we was missing last week. But then again, we still had a chance to win. So we talk about Zach as much as we can. We still had a chance to win that ball game last week. But
Cardale Hodge, the beauty of the eye in the sky that does not lie. Cardale Hodge, we spoke about him in the last podcast. They have slowed down him going outside the DB and the ball landing right near his feet and saying, we'd be carrying Michael Penix off, on people's shoulders saying, game's over if he would have caught that. And it's just another reason why I know the Younghoe Koo bashing is so easy to do, and part of that he deserves, but it wasn't all Younghoe Koo. It wasn't just him. And speaking of Younghoe Koo, they are working out some kickers, and he might not even start. Raheem was like, hey, as of now he's our starter, but we're bringing in guys to make the competition be there. And FanDuel again has some prop bets. It's a over under 1.5 field goals made by Koo. The odds are over 1.5 at -118 and under 1.5 at -110. And so because Koo's been struggling, and because Koo might not even be the starter, it's an interesting bet for those who like to wager their money on kickers, which is not my thing.
I think Koo has another week, man. I don't think coach is going to go off on
can him
just to throw to can him right away. It's not that's panic mode when we're doing that.
True.
But I think 2 field goals.
Not even can he get the opportunity and can he make them? That's the thing.
I'm thinking about the opportunity, and I'm thinking about our drives going to end in touchdowns. And I feel, but it's a tough defensive ball. This is a tough defensive ball team.
Yeah.
So we might get 2 field. I think 2 field goals is reasonable. I think we get two field goals out of Koo this week. At least 2 field goals. I think it's going to be a low scoring ball game.
It will be.
I think it's going to be back and forth, and it's going to come down to kicking. It's going to kick in the game and special teams. It's prime time. I tell you, everybody's going to be juiced up, and I think our best way. It's not going to be a shootout. I don't think we can have a shootout with them. I think our best chance is to control the clock, run the football well.
Please
keep JJ off the field.
Please
keep Justin Jefferson off the field. He's the man guy. Right.
Yeah.
He didn't have a great game last week. He didn't have no explosive game. But he can go for 200 yards.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, and 2 to 3 touchdowns at any given Sunday.
Start gritting all over the place.
Right, yeah. But I believe that AJ Terrell. I don't know if AJ Terrell going to follow him on the field or not. I don't know. We're gonna see what Jeff Ulbrich is going to do this week and how he's going to scheme up, because it's different. It's different for him too. It's like, okay, another week under his helm and being a defensive coordinator. He's supposed to be a defensive mastermind. So it's going to be, that's what I'm saying. It's 2 defensive masterminds going at it. I think it's going to be a tough ball game.
Let's go. All right, Mike. Well, we're going to, close out on this portion of the interview because we got a special guest coming up, and we're going to introduce you to one of our old teammates right after this. Welcome back to Believe in Falcons. You got Ovie, you got Mike, but you also got Sean the Spoon Weatherspoon, or AKA Spoon, one of these spoons. Man. Yes, it's great to have you.
I used to love the Georgia Dome when they used to do that, man.
What?
Yeah.
So it's no knock against Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they were rocking last game. But that Georgia Dome Spoon, that Georgia Dome was rocking when we had, me, Mike, Matt, Julio, Tony, you, Abraham. It was just like, man, when you had a sack, you out here crawling like a dog, and you go out there and eat. It was just, as offensive players, we out there cheering our butts off, and it's great to get you back on the show and to reconnect, like this brotherhood that we have, seeing each other outside of our battle-worn football personas. Right. Like you a good dude, and you doing some good work right now. You coaching, right? High school?
Yeah, man. I'm coaching at Pace Academy, man. We got our work cut out for us, but we're built for it. We're super excited about our opportunity tomorrow night against Mays High School at Walsh Stadium, which is at our Riverview complex on South Cobb.
Okay, yeah. So, Mike, I can't even imagine having Spoon as a coach talking to these kids. I hope they realize and understand the level of greatness they have talking to them. The guy who played in front of 70, 80, 90,000 people, millions on TV out there doing a thing. They probably don't really get it, but we get it, Spoon, and we're happy to have you on. But me and Mike were talking a little bit earlier about the game against the Vikings and the Falcons. Obviously, you saw the first game. It didn't go the way we wanted, but we have a chance to do something special on primetime TV, but our defense has to step up. You being the quarterback of the defense as a linebacker, man, what are your general thoughts on how our defense is working and what they need to do to actually get this win?
Well, just looking at what we did this past week, man, they did a great job against the run. We just didn't do a great job of finishing. I think we want to impact the quarterback a lot more. Baker didn't do a great job of passing the ball, but he was timely. He was timely, and we let guys get behind us. So I think the key for this week, going against a young quarterback in his second start with an explosive offense. He has a running back that's proven. We know, Jones has done a great job in this league, did a great job in Green Bay, and he's going to try to lead those guys, from the backfield perspective. And the quarterback is a young guy, but he has some weapons on the outside. You look at that kid, Justin Jefferson, he's about to do some pretty special things, and we're hoping that he's not going to get 134, 135 yards, because I think if he does that in his first as many games as Julio had, he would be passing Julio in that time frame to be one of the most prolific wideouts that we've seen in this game. And seeing the way their team finished last week against Chicago on the road, it definitely has to put you on alert that we need to finish that way, man. We're trying to get a field goal at the end of the game when they gave us an opportunity, but we should be trying to go for your neck.
Yes.
And I think that starts at the top with Raheem. I think he's reiterating that to his guys, and him and Zach. Zach was my roommate when we were going to the Senior Bowl. We roomed together out in Irvine, California.
Yeah.
Wow.
In college. He whooped me in college. We signed with the same agents. And then at the Senior Bowl, he threw me a pick that sent me to Atlanta, So big up to Zach, man. We're hoping that he can get this show on the road. Love the way he's using his weapons But I think the targets, last week was just a little off for me. 15 targets for London. That's not, I know we want to be a play action team that can, run the ball, but 15 targets to one player seems a bit excessive to me. So I'm looking to see them kind of move that ball around a little bit this week. But I think defensively, I want to see those young guns that we just drafted become more active on this defense, not just, glorified edge setters, guys that can get after the quarterback, not just sit there and try to stop the run. And I think that's going to be the challenge for Coach Ulbrich. I played for Brick, so I know that he's a fiery guy. I've leaned on him this season. My first year as a head coach, he's been an interim head coach and been a coach for a long time. And he's a good friend of mine, and I got a lot of respect for him. I know he wants to make the game easy for the players so they can play fast. And so we look forward to seeing that this week against on prime time against the Vikings.
Yeah, you say you played under Jeff. So, do you see his attitude on this new Falcons 2025 Falcons compared to our defense in the past? Because we've been bend but don't break in these last couple of years, and this hasn't been successful for us. We're not getting, like you said, not getting to the quarterback. It's been just being very passive.
Yeah, man.
How is Jeff as a person? Is his personality aggressive? Does he have aggressive personality, and that translate to the field? What is it like playing under him?
Man, he has a very aggressive personality, and he'll tell you a little bit about himself, his ups and downs, man, and really, level with you. And I think as a man, I was 28 when I played for Jeff, 29, and I could really I was coming into my own, being an adult, a new father, and I could connect with him from that standpoint. But he came up under that Pete Carroll tree where it is a bend but don't break kind of scheme, and they've gotten away from it a little bit more when he was in New York, and now that he's coming here, he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive. I think the aggressive picks that we took in the draft just shows you, our mentality, and then bringing in speed with the linebacker that came in free agency, I think Diallo, I want to say his name, guys
Don Diablo, I think.
Get their toes to the quarterback right away, man. I think it'd be great to get 44 back, because I just remember that game against the Saints last year where he just played one of the best games I've seen against the Saints. I'm looking forward to getting him back into the lineup. But Ellis has really manned the middle.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him. We let go of Landman, brought in some more guys, and Landman was the defensive player of the week.
Right.
In the NFL, in the NFC. So it's like,
I saw that, and I was like, what do linebackers, what do defenders, what do players think when you get rid of a guy and you feel like, yo, he's one of the best? I know it's a business and politics and all, but you get rid of a guy and you keep the guy who can't do the job as well. Like you make the best of it, or it's like, how does that work in the defensive locker room?
Well, I think you're happy for that guy, the guys that were around that guy, but you look at the team changes every year. So when you draft two linebacker edge guys that are going to be able to play in multiple positions, you just know it's going to be some guys that won't be able to get in the boat with you. And happy for what he's done out there in LA. But the opportunities for our guys are right here in front of them.
Oh yeah,
we got two young guys that basically are trying to become pros and trying to find their way to help this football team, and a lot of pressure on them. So I think Jeff has to do a good job of calming them down and putting them in position to make plays. And so you want to see those guys getting a chance to go and attack the quarterback. In my first game, I led the team in tackling. So
okay. Speak on it.
I didn't see that. Yeah. I didn't see those guys get a chance to really go out and just, see ball, get ball. It was kind of like, go over here. Okay, it's third down now, rush the quarterback, instead of just being natural with what they do. And I think Walker is the one that I'm really looking forward to seeing what impact he can have on this defense, because I believe that he can really set the tone, being a guy that can play at different positions. I really like Pierce's edge off his edge with his pass rushing. But Caden Ellis has to get those guys revved up, get the game plan to those guys so they're excited about what they're doing and they know what they're doing, so we can go out and attack a rookie quarterback, essentially. And I think that'll put us in position so Penix can go out and put some points on the board, and hopefully Young Wei, come through with the big clutch kicks that we need. But ultimately, we don't want to be in those situations.
Exactly.
We got to go out there and put our foot down, and 20 points ain't going to get it in this league. That's just what it is, man. We gotta go more. We gotta have more than that. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys are gonna do this week.
Mindset, Spoon, physicality. Let's take a little trip back on memory lane when we were all playing with the Falcons. We're all old, some older than others. I got probably the most gray here, but back in the day, we were all young guns playing in Atlanta, trying to win games, trying to win championships. And the mentality, and again, maybe I'm biased, but I just feel like the physicality on offense, the physicality on defense. I mean, you was leading D block, and we was all coming together. We was a family, like we was a crew. I just knew we was going to Super Bowl the way that we had so much confidence in that locker room. But I don't know if it was the confidence, but it led to physicality. We practiced hard. Like, you gave me a couple concussions. Like when you came in as a rookie, and I was the big, bad, high-speed quarterback, and feeling myself a little bit. I remember saying, "Who's this big? I'll say, what's called just a block of muscle? What was
I'm from Africa too,
block of muscle?
I'm from Africa too, baby. I'm a Zulu boy. You know what I'm saying? So when I come in there, I'm trying to impose my will on the man I got to go against, and I'm looking at you, and you protecting a guy that's big as you too. You know, so you guys were serious about the way you did your work, and you took a lot of pride in it, man. And you have to see it to believe it. That's one thing. So I believe that the way we practiced, the way we played in the preseason, that puts you in position to go out your first week and put it on display for the whole league to see. And then when people know that you got some stuff in your neck and you trying to shorten their neck, the way they play is going to be a little bit more tentative. And I think that gives you an edge. And I think the way the game is being played in Atlanta, I'm not even talking about the rest of the league. I'll just talk about the way it's being played in Atlanta right now. It's not as physical as I would like. And I don't know if it's because we're in the new stadium. It's a spectacle. It's a show. I feel like in the Georgia Dome, it was
gritty. It was gritty.
Fast track in here. We got the turf. You fall on it, you get them strawberries. But I tell you what, the crowd is excited. We come out and show them, that we're coming to play tonight.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's going to be a show in there, a real show on the field, not just the stadium, how beautiful it is. I remember my rookie year watching that Thursday night game. I didn't play against Baltimore, but just seeing Mike T when Ray Lewis shot the gap. Boom! Running backs, Ray Lewis coming in to get Matt. Mike T put one on Ray. Boom.
Put him on.
Ray went down to a knee. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's still showing that, Spoon. He's still showing those replays, man. Every time I see
Bobby Wagner come through an gap in the NFL today, ain't no running backs about to shoot him. Maybe Tyler Warren. It might be one. It might be one or two. But like, you had guys that were really trying to, hurt you and put you in a situation where you got to know, like, hey, when I come in here, I better be looking. I better keep my head on the swivel. And I think we're missing that. And I think it's still out there though. That's why we drafted these guys that we drafted. Though I watched Walker last year. Shoot, man. That kid can play, man. He played everywhere, too, off the ball, on the ball. And I think that's another thing, right? You can be a jack of all trades, or you can figure out how to do one job first. So it's a tough task for the team to get these guys in position on defense, but yet the game is run and hit. See ball, get ball, run and hit. And if you can do that, and if we see that, that's when I know, like, it's time to buy some tickets. It's time to go to the game.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I go.
Like I said, that's what I was asking about Jeff. I see us being aggressive. We are flying around. But I don't see that physicality that you're saying of just knocking guys, knocking guys down, being real physical with them. And at the same time, not finishing. We focus on finish. We always talk about finish. Mike Smith always talk about finish. Finish. That was our main thing, is finish. You can have a bad play, but finish the play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna make a mistake, make a hard mistake. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was the key. Full speed, make it full speed, So we've been flying around. Like last week we was flying around, but I want to see us finishing plays, because I'm not scared of Minnesota. They was, you know what I'm saying, against the Bears, they didn't look that great. In the first three quarters. The first 3 quarters, they didn't look that great. But that fourth quarter, they turned it up. Got things together. But that's that momentum. But we can't let them
they've been working together. They've been working together. Flores is there. He's been running the master class on the league for the past few years, but being able to blitz and still play coverage behind it. He got something going right now. The way they play palms, the way they play quarters, it's pretty special. I kind of liken it to the way Spagnuolo and Fangio kind of got their stuff going too. So big ups to them on how they finish, because they even suffered a pick 6, but were still able to come back. And so I'm not afraid of them, just like you. But are they afraid of us? And that's what we're talking about.
That's the thing.
That's what we're talking about. We got to get some knockback tackles. We got to get some physical runs.
Yes.
We got to get Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier getting downhill. Downhill. And when you get downhill, that's when you can line up and test the perimeter out of formations that don't tell you that we're trying to, testing perimeter. Right. Not those formations where we're trying to wham block, run the trap on the outside on 5-10.
Let's talk about that.
Right. He's hitting. Spoon is hitting every point that we mentioned earlier, man. And this is off the cuff. Like, we didn't practice this, y'all.
You gotta watch the game.
This is true. This is true.
When you watch the game, you can see it, man. But I always felt that way about the system that they ran in LA. Like, I didn't feel like it was a tough system. It was like, hey, we got some playmakers. We're going to put them in position. But when we went to LA and we played against Todd Gurley and even with Dan Quinn and Jeff Obert, we were physical. We out physical them.
Yeah.
Now, they won a Super Bowl in 21 or whatever year it was. I forget which year it was. But when we played them and we went out there and Aaron Donald was kind of the young guy that was, taking the league by storm. And they had Todd Gurley back there taking the league by storm. It wasn't a physical type of team. It was more so, okay, we're trying to cut you out, cut that three technique out while we're running that stretch and relying on that back to make that guy miss. But I think, man, sometimes you got to pull a fullback back there or an H-back or somebody to just come right at the linebackers and put it right in their face. I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, and you got to deal with it. And I think that sends a message to the team. And that's what we used to do. We used to hit. And the team, you see me pulling out, I wasn't pulling out my spoon just because I made a tackle. I put out my spoon.
Hit somebody.
It was like your head went back. Like,
yeah.
Ass on the tea kettle. I'm wrapping the hamstrings, hemming you up like a fine dress. Those are the type of plays that as the game goes on, you remember that. You remember that, man. And you got, like you say, you gotta finish. You gotta finish, man. But it starts with the head coach. It starts with the head coach. Like, I love being aggressive on fourth down and things like that. I love Penix, finishing those runs. But man, I would love if that was Bijan getting that fourth.
Right. You're right.
I love if that was Algier. Even if Algier go in and act like Booby Snelling, get in front of Bijan and go hit somebody like Ovie. Ovie do. Like, I mean, it is what it is, man. We got to just play a tougher brand of football, and I think that'll set that building on fire to where that building will be looked at like other buildings in the league that are spectacles as well, but they're still playing physical football in there.
I love it, man. Spoon, we won't get you out of here. We know you you are a head coach. This is crazy to me because, like, me and Mike saw you in the locker room. You out here doing B block. You out here rapping, playing instruments and just having a good time. And now you are a responsible adult that is in charge of young men, and they again don't know how great they have it to have a gem like you with all the knowledge you have and that attitude. Just coaching them, man. It's a beautiful thing, and congratulations.
Guess who's calling our games too?
What's that?
Who's calling? Home team.
Home team.
Home team calling the games.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you get that? Did you set that up, or that was already in place?
He's been calling pace, basketball, football. He's been doing it, but it's just great to have somebody who I've done media with.
That's crazy.
That I can kind of lean on and talk to about the our scheme and kind of our mentality, and he can convey it during the broadcast. Is pretty cool, man. But I'm super stoked to be in front of these kids each and every day, man. And what I like to do is keep it a buck with them, man. Because this world today that we're living in, I mean, I can't coach the kids the way we were coached. I got
right.
Now you'll get trouble.
It's different. Yeah, it's different atmosphere right now.
We having players only meetings and head coach and players, and seniors, and man, it's a lot going on. But we're excited about the opportunity. And I'm excited about a chance to impact these kids' lives in a way to where they can get their prerequisite if they really want to do this. And if they're not trying to do this at the next level, that they can have a great football experience and learn some discipline that's going to carry over to them, to carry over in their lives so they can take care of their families the same way we try to take care of ours. You feel me?
I love that, Spoon, man. I love that. Thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you for sharing some of your time.
Rise up, baby. Rise up.
Rise up.
We got to rise up. We got to win this thing. It's a different Falcons team. We know we're different. We got to show the whole world now that we're different, built different, gonna play different. So I'm excited to let people know what we're about, man. Mike, got anything else to share with the Spoon or the team?
No, I just want to wish him luck, man. Wish him luck on the football season. Thanks for being on the show, man. Thanks for the insight, man. You was on point. You was in line with everything we was already talking about, man. So
thank you, man.
We know we're not crazy. So we know we're not crazy.
Yeah, bro. Send me the link. Send me the link so I can get this out to my people, man.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Spoon. Soon.
Yeah,
See you, brother.
Rise up, baby.
Believe in Falcons.